Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson, and it is my pleasure to bring to you devotions in the Proverbs. Today we are on devotion 16, verses 8 through 12. And it's 2021. Can you believe it? We're coming out of this COVID time and hopefully healing, not just in body, but in mind, in soul, and in nation today. I was born in Iowa, moved to Arizona, and grew up here. And then I moved back to Iowa as an adult with my children. And I happened upon this little bitty town in Iowa, and all the neighbors surrounded me with Christian love. It was the best case scenario that I try to teach in every church that I serve, because the people truly cared, and I felt their care, and I felt their desire to help bring me to faith. So their plan worked, and I found myself teaching Vacation Bible School, and then Sunday School, and then running after school kids clubs, and God just kept saying to me, come on, I have plans for you. And every time that I followed the Lord, I felt so blessed. So if you feel the Lord calling you, just little bits at a time, go for it. Absolutely. Follow the Lord and you will truly be blessed. Now I get to work in a church as a pastor, and today I get to bring devotions to you and to your family and to all of our friends. So let's take a listen to Proverbs chapter 16, verses 8 through 12. Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. The lips of a king speak as an oracle, but his mouth does not betray justice. Honest scales and balances belong to the Lord. All the weights in the bags are of God's making. Kings detest wrongdoing, for a throne is established through righteousness. Now I know that when you're hearing the scripture, maybe for the first time, or maybe you've read it ahead of time, different images come to your mind. Now what I speak about today might not be what came to your mind to begin with. That's okay, because I do believe that this scripture is living and active in our lives, and God's going to give you what you need to hear today, and you, and even me. So I'd like you to imagine not planning anything in your life. Not planning anything in your life. Just getting up every day and seeing what happens. It could be like walking in circles and never getting anywhere if you didn't plan, right? You just kind of fumble and bumble through things. Imagine knowing that God has a plan for you and for your life. But also imagine leaving that door open just a bit so that when the Lord calls, or when the Lord puts an opportunity in front of you to serve, you go for it. Our activity today is I was thinking about steps. And remember when step counters were super popular? Everyone had a little device clipped to their belt or to their put on their purse, or wherever you had your step counter, because knowing how many steps in a day that you take counts toward exercise, of the body for the day? Well, the steps from our our proverb are not steps you take with your feet. The steps from our proverb are not the same steps you take with your feet, right? But steps that will move you closer and closer to Jesus and bringing His way to your way. So today I hope that you take those steps, moving closer to Jesus and being open to the way the Lord guides your steps and leads you and guides you along this path and along your life. So as an action, the way you can move closer to being like Jesus is not always easy practice. You don't become a Christian and all of a sudden, flip, everything's perfect, and you don't make any mistakes and everybody loves you and, it's not like that, is it? It's not a one and done. It is an ongoing process to learn how to walk in the ways of Jesus, how to behave toward loving yourself and toward loving other people. It's important, isn't it, to know that every day you wake up fresh and new. You can recap the day before and see the things that worked really well and maybe things that didn't work really well. But you know that this is a new day. Our focus verse today is, in the hearts of humans, in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Let's hear that again. In your hearts, you plan your course, but the Lord establishes your steps. Now you see what I did there. I changed it from everybody to just you. And that's okay. The scripture is living and active in the world, and I hope in your life. So we'll end with that scripture again, and we're going to turn it into a prayer. May the Lord in your heart plan your course. May the Lord in your heart plan your course and establish your steps. Until we meet again, my friends, you can leave a little note for me. You can share this with your friends. I'm so glad you joined me. God's blessings.